So good morning or good night, depending on where you are, and welcome to another collaboration album review of the She Will Do on a Couch. And again, I'm with Señorita Sabrosura, and it's been like a month since the last time we reviewed an album. We reviewed Iggy Pop, but today we're here to review the latest from the Smashing Pumpkins, Autumn Act 2. So first of all, Señorita, how are you?
Good, good. How are you? I
I'm
miss you. I miss recording videos with you.
the heart. And we're near Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And that last video of the Smashing Pumpkins was great success. And we were chatting offline that we had a comment on that video that some people kept watching the video because of Señorita Sabrosura's wardrobe. So, so if we get subscribers, whatever, I can't show anything. But yeah, we're here to talk about Act 2. So we talked about Act 1. So I'll put the link to the description for Act 1 so people who haven't seen that description, because we're going to now review Act 2. And when Act 3 comes, we'll review it. And what we'll do is like in Act 3, like we'll like evaluate it as a whole. So yeah, Señorita, like what did you think of the second part of this rock opera?
Well, to be honest, I was after the first act, I wasn't like very like expecting uh something better, but I was surprised, like nicely surprised, because I think this is an improvement of Act One. Like the music has like for me more bite. It sounds a little bit more like Smashing Pumpkins, that classic sound, uh, and it still uses synth, but I think it's worked better here on Act Two. Like it's not over abused the synths, and it has more guitars, and I think like if you take the album like as a it could be a stand alone, like doesn't necessarily have to be part of the Act One. And I think some songs also can stand out alone on their own.
Yeah, yeah,
What
I
do you
think.
think?
Yeah, well, upon first listen, at first I had to get into it. I went with lower expectations. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting nothing at all, because Act One was kind of like too much abuse of the Sims. But yeah, on this one, I think it's a slight improvement. There's still things that I think are like, but yeah, there's more guitar on this. To me, it sounded a little bit more Smashing Pumpkins, and they used the sings, but not like the entire songs, and there were more guitars on it. So I think it's an improvement.
I and also like I don't know if I was in a better mood listening to this album, but I also said let me play the whole Act One and Two together. Like okay, it works better that way. Um, but like
Maybe it's
I
because
said,
it was, yeah.
the Act Two it could be it could stand on alone by itself. But if
Yeah.
I listen, I think I was in a better mood listening to this, and I play the two acts together, and it's like, okay, I understand better.
So are you following the story? Because I'm not
Uh,
following the story that much.
no, no, but like for me, musically, listening the two together, it works better. But no, I'm not following any story.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
okay, I know there's a like a character shiny, but I don't know.
yeah, I'm not following the story either.
Well,
I honestly.
the music was improved. The lyrics still need some work.
Yeah, I think yeah. I like it that in this one we have the single "Beguiled," which was the
Yeah.
single that they did the switch, and when they put out the Act One, it wasn't there. I think I like that song now more, and it's very
Hmm.
guitar. I can see why they chose this as a single because it's very guitar driven, and
For
uh,
me, it's one of the better songs of the whole two acts.
that's why it's the single.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I
because
think it's the single. But yeah, I think it's a slight improvement. Uh, I think that this is an album that needs to be divided because I think it's too much.
Too
Uh,
long.
yeah, it's too long, and I think listening to it like in acts makes sense because I think the first act was 40 minutes and the second act was I think it's like 40 minutes or 42. It's like almost the same length. So I think that the album as a whole is like 2 hours with the act free. I'm not sure, but I think it's like a 2 hour album. Am I following the
But
story? Not yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but this give me hopes for Act Three. Like, okay, this is an improvement. Maybe Act Three will be uh another improvement.
Let's hope that Act Three doesn't go back to the same completely. And we're
I
like,
know.
what? Yeah. So I'm not following the story. I know that Billy Corgan has a podcast where he was premiering songs and talking about them, but I honestly don't care. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm like, you're not Coheed and Cambria. I'm like, I just want to listen to the songs. And when Melancholy came out, if it was a concept album, I didn't care, but I just thought it was a good album. What I'm interested is in the music, and yes, I think this was an improvement over Act One. And I enjoyed it more. I had to listen to a few times because I think I was kind of biased when I listened to the first time because I was thinking of Act One, and I was mad because I listened to it on Spotify and I like, where does the hell does Act Two begin? I said, oh, okay, in Avalanche. But a positive about this one is that there's no hooray on Act Two.
No.
So yeah, now let's talk about what were your standout tracks for you and why.
Well, I really like Avalanche, the first one. I think it's a great opener for Act Two. I like that those dreamy acoustic guitars, and it's catchy. It has it has synth, but it's a good synth. It works. Uh, and I like the female vocals in this song in this album too.
Yeah, I think that the female vocalist that's been with them has been since the CI Sir album.
It's two. I read it's two women. I don't remember her names, but there are two, and it works for me. Uh, I also like Empires. For me, I like it because it has great guitar riffs. It's like one of the heavier songs. The lyrics, I found them silly, but musically, the song works for me. It gave me Saigai vibes.
A little bit, yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think I like the lyrics better in Zeitgeist. Uh,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like I said, this song gave me Saigai vibes, but the lyrics are like silly here. But I like it that it's heavier. It has some guitar riffs. I also like Moss. Uh, I love that they found a balance between the synth and the guitars.
yeah, I think that's the
Yeah,
one that ends like with a great guitar solo, right? Like a
yeah, exactly. Uh, and like you were saying, are you following the story? Like I heard Night Waves, and I was like, "Who's Ophelia? Where the hell does Ophelia came?" Like I'm not following the story. It's not one of my favorite either. But I was curious, like, who's Ophelia?
I'm guessing she's the cousin of Shiny.
I don't know.
People in the comments, let us know who the fuck
Let us
is
know.
Ophelia.
Yeah. I really like Beguile, like you said. It's for some reason it's the single because it's catchy, has good guitars, the chorus, and yeah, it could be easily the best. And the other one that I like is Springtimes. I know it's like acoustic, but I love that for to finish that act two. And it has like a great piano, the acoustic guitars. It's dreamy. And the one before that, the calling, like I saw some reviews and people hate it. I like it. Like you have to listen to the whole song. Like the second half, it's like great.
Yeah, spring, you're talking about springtime at the end, but if you remember in Melancholy, they finished with a song that James Iha used to sing that was like Sleep Tight, and it was like a lullaby. So yeah,
Yeah.
they had that to finish them. So yeah, it's not something that they haven't done in the past. Uh, yes, I thought Every Morning was a Sugar Ray
Oh,
cover.
that's the other one. Yeah.
I'm joking. You remember Sugar Ray had? I'm like, no, I don't think Billy Corgan. But yeah, that and To the Grace was, they were. The thing with this album is that they sound more, I think, happier, uplifting that we're used to Billy Corgan. But yeah, he's
Yeah.
married and he's in a better place. But yeah, there were songs like Neophyte, Space Age that didn't do too much for me. I thought they were a lot of like sims on those ones. And Empires, yes, it's heavier, but yeah, I just found hilarious when he goes like Empires, Empires. It
Yeah,
sounds
I like I said, I didn't like the lyrics.
it
Like,
sounds that sounds corny as fuck to me when he goes like that.
yeah.
And
And you said the To the Grace, like I like it has some decent guitar riffs there.
yeah, but yeah, I think Beguiled is the best track on it. I thought the calling was interesting,
Yeah.
and Avalanche. At first, that first 1 minute and 30, you hear like birds singing, and I think that pissed me off. I'm like, get the fucking song. But when the song starts, it sounds like more. It reminded me of like a mixture of Adore meets like Zeitgeist type of
Okay.
vibe to it. It's maybe some people say like you're deaf. That's not what I don't.
And as Space Age, like I know it's one of the mellow songs. It gave me like Machina vibes that era.
Yeah, I actually like that Machine album a lot. But
Mhm.
the good thing about this second half is that no song truly pissed me off. Like on the first half, like with that hooray, and there were some other songs that really I'm like, oh. So this one, I thought there were some more better tracks, but some tracks that they're okay. Uh, but yes, I think that Act Two actually got me a little bit more excited about Act Three, but I don't I don't want to I don't want to have like too much expectations because I don't want to be like let down. I think that was coming out like in a few months, right? Like in the summertime or
April,
in April.
the next
So
one. Yeah.
so in April, we'll do the final act, and we'll like for that one, we'll have to see how everything connects together.
Yeah.
I might have to try to do some more research on the story, but I'm actually, I don't know, I'm listening to it, and I'm not. It doesn't feel like a concept album like this. I'm not
Mm,
invested in the story. Uh,
I don't know, but like with the starting with the title, Atom. Okay, Atom. It's okay, but then you put a rock opera in three acts. That sounds pretentious as fuck. Like, come on, Billy. Like other rock opera albums, they don't say it's a rock opera album like City Stardust, like Josh Garage from Zappa. I don't know how many other rock operas are, but they don't say rock opera in the title. Like you start the
no.
bad, like being pretentious.
Well, they started doing that when they said that this was a follow-up to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. That's setting the bar way up high. And to me, again, this sounds more like a follow-up to to Sir, or however you say that album. That's what this
Yeah.
sounds like to me. So yeah, I think that the problem with this album is that he's hyping himself too much. I think when you hype something too much and you're the one hyping it, it's like you're asking for attention. It's like attention seeking whore, like, hey, listen to my album. It's a rock opera, and we
and
can say it, yeah, because we're both fans of the band.
yes, and another thing, like another thing, I feel like he's not writing like from his age now. Like he's trying to write like when he was like 16, 18, 20. Like you're not that kid anymore. So those songs were great because you were living that like right
Yeah,
now about being old, like embracing like what's new and in your old age, like you're not a kid, you're not a teenager anymore. So it doesn't connect to me. Like we're all we were kids when we listened to the first albums.
yeah.
Like I don't know.
Well,
It doesn't connect me. I think that's why I don't even care about the story.
yeah. So, question: when you said old, you looked directly at me. I felt triggered. I'm like, who are you calling old?
I said we are
We.
all.
Oh, and for everyone, wish her, Señorita Sabrosura, happy birthday. A few weeks ago, she had her birthday. So, yeah. So, yes, the story, like I said, yeah, with this story, I try to get invested, but I just don't fucking care. Like, I'm like, I'm not really, I just listening to the music. So yeah, we talked about the tracks that we like and what we thought. So now we go to our final thoughts and a score of this act two. So, Señorita, what did you think about the album as a
Well,
whole at the end?
like I say, overall, it's an improvement from Act One. I think someone should say to Billy, okay, these are the good songs and these are the bad songs. Let's do a shorter album with the good songs and that's it. Like
Yeah,
I think when we listen to the whole three acts, like someone should have come to Billy and said, okay, I listened to your 33 songs. Like you're forcing even because you wanted to be 33. Uh like you're forcing this too much. No, let's take the good songs from the three acts and make a shorter album.
yeah, just make 12, pick 12 fucking songs.
Yeah, and I but this for me it's an improvement. I don't know if I want to give it a rate until I listen to the three acts. But by itself,
Okay.
I think it could be like a seven, 7.5.
Yeah, I think you gave the first one a 7.
Well, this is a slight improvement, like 7.5.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 because I think some songs like I was listening to yesterday and today to the album, like some songs are like growers. Like the more you listen, the more you're gonna like it. But on the first act, no, like hooray, no, it's not never it's gonna be a grower me.
No, Hooray is just plain atrocious song.
Yeah,
Uh,
but this act too, it has some songs like oh on the second listen, like okay, I like this guitar, I like this acoustic.
yeah, I think like you said before, I think Billy Corgan needs to see a producer needs to sit in front of him and say, Billy, cut the shit of always trying to do
Yes.
something so grandiose and just do. Like I think less is more, especially in today's world where it's all about singles. Like nobody listens to a super long album anymore.
No.
uh I would focus on the like that's the last Smashing Pumpkins that I really thought was amazing was Oceania, and they focused there on 12 songs and they were great. So for me in this one, yeah, it is better than Act One. There's no hooray, no song pissed me off, but they didn't blow my mind as well. I think Beguiled is still the strongest song on the album, and I can see why they picked that one as a single. So if I from a 7 to 10, I would give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Like you, 7.5 out of 10. I think we gave a 7 to the first Act One, and
Yeah.
this one a slighter improvement. So in April we'll review Act Three, and at the end we'll have to review it as a whole and see how we feel about it at the end of the day. So people, what did you think about Autumn Act 2? Did you like more the direction that this Act 2 had? If you followed the story, please comment and let us know what the fuck the story is about. or or if you don't care, just like, oh, we don't care about the story. I don't think you need to understand the story to enjoy it. So that's my perception. And please, if you like the videos, do not forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give us a like and share this with friends and Smashing Pumpkins fans so it can reach more people. You can subscribe to Señorita Sabrosura YouTube channel as well. She talks a lot about rock in Spanish. And what are you having like stuff with food on your channel soon?
Hopefully. Well, right now I'm concentrating in my art. Like I give a pause to the food because I've been creating art like some paintings. I'm doing earrings, mugs, coffee mugs.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
I
see. You
oh
can
yeah,
see.
that looks cool. You need to create one that's like chilled on a couch with Señorita Sabrosura, and
Yes. See.
maybe I'm thinking of some merch for the channel, so that would be cool. So I'm so soon the next video for Señorita Sabrosura and me is like Valentine's Day is coming up next week. So we know we're going to talk about like music and albums that you need to for sexy times if you're with someone else. If you're alone, don't forget you can get some lube and you can love yourself. But
Well, you can spend Valentine's with friends. It doesn't have to be sexy time only.
yes, or friends with benefits, whatever floats your boat.
Yes.
Yes, so people, again, thank you for watching. And next week, watch out for that video, and I'll put the link for Act 1. So until next time, this is Hector, the shield on the couch,
Señorita Sabrosura.
and we'll see you next week for another collaboration video. Thank you and good night.